The real 10 plagues. January 2020 began with an ominous tremor in the Earth's crust. 3 volcanoes erupted simultaneously, sending ash plumes spiraling into the atmosphere. As the months rolled on, more followed suit, each eruption part of the infamous Ring of Fire. The air thickened with sulfur, dimming the sun's light and casting an eerie pall over the world. People looked up in fear, whispering about the ancient tales of plagues that had befallen humanity. As the years unfolded, the oceans, once teeming with life, became a breeding ground for microscopic algae. These minuscule creatures thrived on the nutrients stirred up by the volcanic activity, overtaking the water's surface and choking out oxygen. A crimson tide spread across the seas, signaling a catastrophic shift in the ecosystem. The vibrant blue waters turned to a sickly red, and soon the shores became ghostly as fishermen returned empty-handed. The air grew toxic, laced with the scent of decay. People fell ill, gasping for breath as the algae toxins seeped into their lungs. Panic erupted as hospitals filled with the sick, and some, tragically, succumbed to the relentless assault on their bodies. In the chaos, a peculiar phenomenon occurred. Frogs, driven from their homes, began to rain from the sky. Just like the reports from May 2010 in Greece, the world was treated to a bizarre spectacle as tens of thousands of frogs plummeted from above, only to rot in the streets, adding to the stench of decay. With the frogs came their inevitable demise, their carcasses becoming a feast for lice, fleas, gnats, and other pests. This infestation spiraled into a new plague. The air became thick with disease. The bubonic plague re-emerged, as if summoned by the chaos. Boils erupted on the skin of the afflicted, and livestock suffered from blue tongue disease, leaving farms abandoned and fields silent. But the plagues did not stop there. The shadows lurked in the night as rabid creatures roamed, victims of the toxins that had seeped into their bodies. These rabid animals spread fear, and soon swarms of flies filled the air, feasting on the dead livestock. Like a grim echo of history, the livestock perished, reminiscent of the devastating losses in Kenya just decades prior. With their demise came a new threat: contagious Staphylococcus aureus, a bacteria that wreaked havoc on the remaining population, causing skin conditions, swelling, and boils. As the Earth cooled, the atmosphere thickened with volcanic particles, darkening the skies and diminishing the sun's rays. Hailstorms ravaged the land, while high humidity levels summoned swarms of locusts. The once vibrant fields turned barren as plants withered, leaving people hungry and desperate. They turned to old grains, now a haven for toxic molds that thrived in the darkness. Babies began to fall ill, their small bodies unable to withstand the onslaught of Stachybotrys toxic mold. The cries of parents echoed through empty streets as despair settled like a heavy fog. As if scripted from a sci-fi tale, aliens departed their moon station, descending upon Earth. With them came an eerie silence, as if they were here to collect the remnants of humanity's folly. The skies darkened further, signaling the end of an era. The 2010 plagues had manifested in a relentless cycle of chaos, each feeding into the next. As Marko had predicted, the world was forever altered, left to ponder the consequences of its actions against nature and the echoes of ancient warnings. For books published by Marko, Vovk, see below for Amazon Booklink. Please share, rate and like. Disclaimer: this is a fictional story for shit and giggles by Marko, Vovk.